We are delving into a train game, all about trains, deep train lore. Uh, I feel like there is something. Yeah, there is something I wanted to look at. I wanted to look at what I need to do to unlock the other characters. You tend to not play a lot. Oh no. So there is a level to that. Like when I was doing Lion King, for a little bit, I really did want to just stop after, because like originally when I started doing Lion King, my only goal was to do a run that I was happy with, which had absolutely no time requirements. The standard of saying I need to get top 20 was not set yet. So all I wanted to do was a run that I was pretty decently happy with. I got that. Well, I got close to that. And playing with Dick, a viewer who frequented and initially was the one who wanted me to give it a shot at speedrunning, seemed to allude to the fact that I was not that far away from getting a top 20 time. And so I was like, oh, okay. Well, if I'm not that far away, I'll just get a top 20 time easily. And then I had a run that I was very satisfied with. Like I made some mistakes, but like the tricks that I wanted to do were in the run, and I was like, okay, that's it. I'm done. I'm done with Lion King. But then I came back around and decided I was going to get the top 20, since I did technically say that I was going to. And that's definitely when I started looking at the top 20 time and being like, what the fuck was Dick talking about? I am nowhere near getting top 20. Uh, but slow and steady, I eventually made it there. He is definitely a WillPending fanboy. He can't stay away. He keeps popping in and telling me to play Lion King, which will never happen, but he just can't keep himself out. So I definitely understand the intimidation from looking at high times, especially if they're doing like a lot of tricks and stuff that you don't do yet. But I don't know. It's hard to say like keep at it, because if you truly aren't enjoying yourself and not really having fun with it, there's nothing that you really need to do with Jimmy Neutron, you know? Like there's no driving force outside of your own motivation. So I don't know. If you're having fun trying other things out and don't really want to, you enjoy discovering stuff more than actually grinding it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with people who do glitch hunting. Like tons of people just do glitch hunting and don't really care about speedrunning. There's definitely a niche for that. So, just do whatever you're having fun with, and don't commit yourself to getting a top 20 Lion King run ever. It's definitely a game that I can imagine being broken, that's for sure. Alright, let's get this train rolling. I don't know why I've started doing that. I have fun flipping my mouse in my hand. Uh, Covenant rank 3. Battles now have more enemies, that's right. That didn't seem too threatening, though. Who do I want to play as? The one thing that I haven't done yet, I haven't had a single run that hasn't had Awoken on it. So let's do Hellhorn Stygian. And I know my pronunciation of Stygian has gone from, like, Stygian just down to Stygian, but you know what? Who needs proper pronunciation? Yeah, Yeah, I'll do a little bit more explanation than I typically do. So it's a card game. Uh, if you ever played Slay the Spire, which has been out for a while and is like one of my favorite games of all time, it's similar mechanically to Slay the Spire, but different in a ton of ways. Give me a second. Checking on the food I just ordered. So the main differences from this and Slay the Spire, there are many differences, but the main differences, you know what, I'll just get into the actual like combat section so you can understand it. You just came back from playing Magic. Here's the thing. Compared to traditional CCGs like Magic, and I mean Magic's the only one I really know in a real world context. I mean, I guess you could count things like Yu-Gi-Oh! Which some people are really into, I guess. But the two biggest ones are Magic and Hearthstone. Hearthstone's, you know, it's not physical, it's just a digital game. But anyways, the main difference from traditional CCGs is it's not PvP at all. It's only PvE. So you're fighting against enemies that don't necessarily play by the same rules that you do. I personally prefer it because PvP in CCGs is both... I mean, it's a different kind of balance. I would probably say it's harder to balance around a PvP CCG, but the biggest thing for me is that it is nowhere near as expensive. You know, Slay the Spire, how much is it? It's like $20? It was like 15 when I bought it, but regardless, not that expensive for like hundreds of hours of gameplay versus Magic or Hearthstone, where you have to, if you want to be like up to date with the meta, pay like hundreds of dollars every time a new expansion comes out. Anyways, Hidden Passage. So I understand Ascension and Descension more than I used to. I was under the impression that when you ascend a unit, there has to be enough capacity, but I have now learned, not by playing, I haven't played the game off camera, but I have watched the game off camera, that ascending and descending can break the capacity. Played a 60 card deck full of cards where each card is worth 20 or more. Holy shit. That is like the number one thing that turns me away from CCGs. That is the most expensive standard deck I've heard of. Alright, deal 3 damage, apply Frostbite 8. Piercing, deal 5 damage, apply armor 20. So branding right, I'm not really sure how I feel about. I think it can be good. Flash Freeze is very nice. It's probably my favorite targeted spell I've seen so far. Targeted damage spell. You really went all out with that one. So I think your deck is bloated by 1 card. But in general, I think the way the random cards added to your deck work is that they're always spells. I've never seen a case where they aren't spells. And I think it's 2 random spells from your primary class, 2 random spells from your allied clan, and 1 random spell. Or possibly this one could be a unit. But I'm pretty sure you're guaranteed 2 of the same spell from each clan, and it replaces whatever spell is typically in their deck. So 2 of my torches were replaced with Hidden Passages, 2 of my torches were replaced with Flash Freezes. And then they give you 1... I think this is the only card that actually adds to your deck instead of replacing one. And the start of the run, the reason I'm starting with random cards is because I'm playing with Covenant, which is like a increasing difficulty option that changes things about the game to make it harder. The very first Covenant rank, and they're additive, like each level stacks on the previous levels, but the very first one is one that adds random cards to your starting deck, which originally I was turned off because I thought it would bloat the deck a ton, but it seems like it only actually adds one card and just replaces 4 others. The second Covenant rank, however, does bloat your deck with Deadweight, which is just completely unremovable and garbage. Moving on, though. Well, I say moving on, but I've got more to talk about here. Deadweight initially seemed really bad to me, just because of my previous experience in Slay the Spire. I don't actually think Deadweight is that bad. The only reason, like, a completely useless card is as terrifying as it is in Spire is because if you don't get an opportunity to, like, play some of your good cards to, like, either defend or kill things, that can be the end of a run for you in Spire. Whereas in this game, since you're placing units instead of being the unit, you have a little bit more leeway. Like, you're not going to be in a horrible situation just by having one less draw for a turn every now and then. So anyways, let's pick the champion. Slay and get 10 damage, or slay and gain 5 armor, and when he is hit, he gets rage. That's an interesting one. Incentivizes putting him on the front lines and letting him get hit due to gaining armor on kill. I do think that Slay 10 is just, like, infinitely more appealing to me, though. Getting 10 damage on every kill. So, let's get an artifact. Your Pyre gets 40 extra HP, or 50% chance to remove all buff effects on an enemy unit when it enters your terrain. That's interesting. The numbers in this game actually get insane. Like, I've only played a few games of this, so I haven't gotten a solid feel for how balanced it is. But, like, just to give you an example, the final boss of this game typically has, like, 2,400 life, I'm pretty sure. So, like, it ramps up crazy fast, and, like I said, don't have a solid feel for the balance yet, but the numbers getting as crazy big as they do does frighten me a little bit. 50% chance to remove all buff effects. I wonder what that means. Like, does that mean... What does that mean? What did they mean by this? I'm gonna take this just so I understand what that means. Because there aren't many enemies that, like, enter with buffs. They usually get buffs either by being enhanced by other enemies, or I don't really know what that would apply for, other than sometimes you have a modifier that makes enemies start with spikes. Yeah, I mean, I understand conceptually what it does, but I'm just trying to think of in the context of the game. I don't really know that many enemies that do enter with buffs. Like, I'm trying to think of what the game would consider a buff. Like, does it consider him starting with armor as a buff? Maybe the higher difficulties have more enemies with buffs. That would make sense. But we'll see. We'll see what it means by that. Anyways, well, here we go. Here's an example where I could actually get some use out of it. Non-boss enemy units enter with spikes 3. Considering 50% of the time that's not actually going to happen, take the money. Yeah, exactly. You gotcha. You understand. Alright. 50%, huh? Okay, it did actually remove one of them. So yeah, I really, really like Hidden Passage, now that I understand how it works. Here's... okay. Galaxy Brain levels. This is how you know I not only am ascending in the game, but am ascending as a person. You play a train steward up there, you ascend the enemy, so that you can have access to the guy in the back and get some damage. And then I guess I'll just lance this guy. He is going to take a hit, but in all likelihood I draw a train steward next turn. So it shouldn't be a big deal. Okay, almost didn't draw a train steward. Almost. So this guy can't actually damage the pyre, which is like the lose condition. If I run out of pyre HP, game's over. However, I'm pretty sure that when the pyre attacks him, he is still going to proc his spikes, and the pyre will take 3 damage. Do I care about 3 damage, though? Probably not. Definitely play a train steward here, and I obviously probably want to torch this guy. You're dying because of thorns. That's why you're dying. I was confused. So, I mean, it's just who I want to target now. I do want to torch you just so I get money, because on death he gives me 50 gold. I mean, no reason to use either torch or flash freeze in that situation. I'm bummed I couldn't get the kill on that guy to get damage. Oh, he had spikes. Whoops. So that was a whoopsie, but it's still not that big of a deal. I should be completely fine. Get a hidden passage, this train steward. Oh, I should have done that differently. But when is that ever not the case? I think I just want to fucking torch the hell out of this guy. So I definitely wasn't making the best decisions there. I had one 200 IQ play, and then it kind of fell apart a little bit. Yeah, well, actually, you can't upgrade your champion like you can other units. When units die, they are dead. And you can only play them once. Unless you upgrade standard units, like any unit that is not your champion guy, you can upgrade with like various gems you slot in them. One of the gems is an endless gem that makes them come back after they die, but that's the only case. So I'm going to play the train steward just to get some extra time on him so that the frostbite hurts him more. This is going to be pretty bad. We're going to take some damage. I can't even armor these guys. I think the only play here is just play my damage spells. But you got to expect to take some fire damage when you select the challenges. All right. Get some extra frostbite damage and then just lance him and save some... Well, let me think about this. Do I save damage? I'm going to hit him for 5. He takes... I mean, he's going to be in the 60 range. So he's still going to get hit by the pyre 3 times. Even if I do 2 extra damage, he's still going to be in that 60 range. So just save myself the 3 extra damage. And that's not that bad. He doesn't do that much damage, so the hits to the pyre aren't that big of a deal. And we make it out of there mostly unscathed. Fledgling Imp obviously has its upsides. Vent, I don't really respect. Especially because I saw somebody upgrade it, and I'm pretty sure when you upgrade the damage, it still does 2 times energy damage and then just adds 10 on top of that, instead of, if you added 10 damage to the spell, what I would expect it to do is do like 12 damage times how much energy you spend on it. But I don't think that's how that works. pretty sure it just adds the damage on after the multiplication, which is pretty lame. I think I'm going to take a fledgling in. They are pretty useful, even without the endless on them. And helical crystallis, like, that's just a great fucking damage spell. So I'm going to take both of those cards. Alright, where do I want to go? Hellhorned unit is infinitely more useful than a Stygian unit. But Merchant of Magic isn't the greatest. So, to explain a little bit more again, this is where you get the things to upgrade your magic spells, this is where you get to upgrade your units. You can't pick both options, you just gotta pick between the two. I am just gonna go this path just because I want the Hellhorned unit. And that's pretty solid. The problem with this guy is that I can't play him right now. Do I take him? Anyways, I don't think so. I think I take the unit I can actually play. Okay. Holdover can be good. Holdover on Crystallis is pretty solid. Although, just like a super fucking beefy Crystallis is pretty solid too. I think I prefer the beefy. And I'm not going to lower its cost because 2 energy is fine for that much damage. I'm going to be okay with that most of the time, and I would rather upgrade it with more damage later. So what would I want to be cheaper? If anything, probably Branding Right. Branding Right is so expensive for what it does. It is 20 armor, but eh. You're only getting 15 effective HP out of it. Oh, I believe that is my food order that fucking scared me. Give me a sec. I'm going to pick up my food real quick. I return. I return with food. Alright. This is the segment of the stream where I turn off my webcam. Because it is weird to eat on camera. At least I don't understand it. So, branding right costing 1. Is that really what I want here? Probably. It's just so fucking expensive, it too. And I don't think there's anything I really want holdover on. Well, there's decent reasoning behind holding branding right over and over again. Holdover, by the way, when you play it, you just get it back again next turn. But I don't know. I don't think I want it that often, since it does take life every time. And I don't really think I want to... Oh, fuck. Do I? It is a lot of value, but definitely not early game, when none of my units have, like, any life to actually sustain. Oh yeah, the holdover in general, yeah. Yeah. Wait a second, let me look at branding right again. Does it... Okay, so it doesn't necessarily have to deal damage to their life. That actually changes things. That makes me want to hold it again. Yeah. That's true. This game, so Slay the Spire can go infinite decently easy. Not like super easy, but there are some infinite setups that aren't that hard to pull off if you get lucky with the relics that you get. As far as I can tell, this game has no infinite setups with spells or anything. It seems to be very limiting to that regard, which is probably a good thing, considering the numbers get so absurd. If the numbers were absurd and you could go infinite, then... yeah. Spire definitely has some convoluted infinites, that's for sure. The only thing I am probably going to do is purge a card and bounce out of here. This Torch is just not cutting it. Actually, I probably dislike the Frozen Lances more than I dislike Torch. Alright, moving on. Next battle. What do you guys do? Okay. The enemies seem pretty weak anyways. This doesn't seem that bad. They don't show you all of the enemies that you encounter, so there could be some secret hidden enemy that has multi-strike and really benefits from the extra damage, but I think I can handle that. Alright, pretty good start. I think I just immediately rage them. Get them pissed as hell. And torch the guy in the back. Fair enough. So imps are basically like spells. That's how I've been treating them, at least. They're not good as units. And I think my least favorite imp is the metalworker imp, or whatever he's called. There's one that gives, when you play him, it gives the unit in front 15 armor. But see, that gives me an issue. Because I always play the imps in the front so that they can just do their on-summon effect and die. And the Metalworker imp is the only imp that is punished for playing him in the front. Yeah, no worries, man. Build something sick in my honor. Is it worth it to use my Crystallis now? Probably not. Just being real. It wouldn't even save me that much damage. I am not going to use it. Just play some Train Stewards and end turn. Huh. Sinner's Burdens are not that bad. Do I move my super strong man to the next floor? I could. But should I? Probably not. So that's the problem. When the game tells you it deals 5 damage, it just lies to you. Because that kind of implies that there are some things with this game that are like super misleading. That's my one big complaint with this game, is that some of the wording is inconsistent and a little misleading. The fact that it says deal 5 damage, I mean, literally, when you hover over the card, the tooltip on armor says damage is dealt to armor before health. However, when playing the card, it skips through his armor and goes straight to his life. Can you play the cards in order so that the front unit gets buffed first by Metalworker? You could, but the problem is I don't like playing the Metalworker imp in the back, because each, like, train car, so there's 3 train cars here, each one of them has capacity to them. So when I play the Metalworker imp, if I play him in the front, which is where I'd like, so that he dies quickly, the benefit is completely wasted because he gets the benefit of the armor. So Metalworker is the only imp you have to play in the back, and unless you use your own spells to kill him, he's permanently going to take up 1 capacity from the trained car. So you could still get the benefit to a unit you want in the front. The problem is just the imp stays there afterwards, which I don't really like. You could do some things to make it better, like you can buff the imp's damage so that, like, he's actually not that bad to have as a unit in the back, but there's just better options available. So anyways, branding rights miswording aside, I am still going to use it there. And I guess flash freeze this guy so he doesn't damage my train steward, play another train steward, and pass turn since I don't really care about Sinner's Burden. It doesn't do anything by not casting it, and this combat isn't going to take that much longer. So it's still worth it to give him 15 extra effective HP. And then I think I'm just going to cast both of my spells and kill one of these bastards in the back. Easy. I don't really want a second fledgling imp. Fortify is not that strong at all. I don't even know if you could buff that. I think the only way you could buff that to make it stronger is with the like rare big gem that increases like status effects. So that's just not a very good card, I don't think. A spell that pierces. There are enough cases where enemies have armor and very low HP that I can see the value, I'm gonna take it. I think that it has its place. And I think that its place could be now. I don't want any of these. Alright. Stygian unit. Consumer of Crowns. Cost -3 per... Oh, this isn't a Stygian unit. This is just a random unit. Because that is not a Stygian card. Neither is that. Cost -3 per imp unit in play. So that's a reason you wouldn't mind having metal workers in the back. When you incant, that siren gets angry. That's not bad, but... Rage on friendly units adds an additional +2 damage per stack. With the fact that I've already got a source of rage, and he's just a solid unit, I'm taking that boy. I would like more Hellhorned units. Duplicating a card is interesting, though I don't really think I have that many cards worth duplicating at the moment. It is worth noting, since you aren't aware, when you dupe a card, it does dupe with all of the upgrades you have on it. So if I was to duplicate anything, this Crystallis would probably be the target, but it's just kind of not that worth it. And this thing is in the center, so it is on both train tracks, and it's just a random event. I'm gonna go this way, just because I want to upgrade my units. Let's see what the random event is. I have not seen this event before. I'll read it out. Okay. Did not want to read the full thing out while I had food in my mouth. Rail spikes from the rings of hell have been driven into a stone near the rail like some sort of monument. At the base lies a hammer carved with ancient runes. You can't make it all out, but what you can talks of the founding of the Covenant. Could this be the birthplace of the rail? But with the Covenant now broken, these spikes serve no purpose here. Many of them are lodged too deep into the stone to take, but the spikes of the Hellhorned, Awoken, and Stygian Guard are loose enough to pry away. Which clan's rail spike do you take? Spike of the Hellhorned. Consume. Apply 2 energy rage and 2 energy armor. Not bad. That's pretty damn good. Awoken's rail spike. Draw energy. Enhance all cards with -2. I see its purpose. I don't think its purpose lies with us right now. Apply 1 energy sap and 1 energy frostbite. That's really fucking strong. But, again, I think that the Hellhorned one just makes a hell of a lot more sense right now. After quite some effort, you remove the spike from the stone, its original power still evident from the glowing runes. With this ancient piece of the Covenant now in hand, you head back on your way. Gotcha. Multi-strike is fucking great. I don't really have anyone who super benefits from it right now, though. Bummer. If anything, it's going to be this guy, though. Because he's always going to be played in a spot where he gains a lot of rage, since I'm going to be raging on whatever fucking floor he's put. And can't gain armor 1. Seems like it would only be good on Stygian. Only 1 armor isn't enough to get super excited about. Incant, by the way, as you can see, triggers when you cast a spell on the floor that the unit is on. But yeah, just 1 armor is not enough to get super excited about. So I'm probably just going to take the Battle Stone and probably going to buff the guy who gets extra damage out of it because he's got multi-strike. Fairly happy with that. Alright, first big boss. Constructed explosives explode twice. Ooh, it's the first time I've seen that. That kind of sucks. Okay. All of them got their rage removed there. That was pretty sick. Okay, that fucking sucks. And because that sucks immediately, I kind of want to not play my units there. What did I... Oh, the champion 0 cost, of course. I might as well stack up an extra... Oh, fuck. But if I stack up extras, I can't rage them as easily. Well, I still can with the Hellhorned Rail Spike, or whatever that thing was called. I'm gonna keep beefing up that floor. So, as you can see, when you ascend a unit, you can push it beyond the floor capacity's limit. You just had to place it on the floor I moved everyone to. So obviously branding right here. Steelworker I would have rather had in front, but there's nothing I can really do about that. I could have... Well, no, it would have been a moot point, because I didn't have the card yet, so... Oh, they don't have Spell Shield, though. That's actually much better. I was forgetting that the Spell Shield was only because of the modifier last time. Okay, that's totally acceptable, then. I don't really want to put my Steelworker here just to get completely fucked up by those units. I'm going to put him at the top so he can just passively gain armor. Okay. That sucks. I could ascend the bomb to my pyre, so I take 20 pyre damage. That seems like a bad idea. I could kill the bomb with branding right. There's a fucking strat. Although, I mean, anything. I'm just gonna use Frozen Lance, which makes infinitely more sense. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna Frozen Lance to save the guy up top, and I am going to super enrage this man. He's gonna get pissed as hell. Madder than he's ever been before. I could also, like, there's good reasoning. You know what, I think on this turn... Oh, fuck. What's the play here? What's the play? If I do it this way, we still kill everything. He's buffed. And I get the slay bonus on my champion. I think I'm gonna do that. So this isn't that bad. I can kind of just ignore this floor. You know what? I should have, instead of using my lance on this floor to break the bomb, I should have done the branding right so I would get it back because of holdover. Bummer. I think on this turn I really just want to, like... What are you giving them? You're giving them haste, so they're quick. Wait, no. Haste is move directly from the first floor to the third floor. That's a lot more frightening. Okay. If that's what you're gonna do. I think I want to... still do what I was going to do. Which is just kill the two guys who are angry and put a train steward behind this guy. You fucked up, boss. You fucked up coming to my level where I do damage. You really fucked up. Why not use that one? And, use my crystals on him. Sorry, buddy. I could ascend this guy, literally just so that I kill him before the boss gets there. That's not a horrible idea. I'm leaning towards that. But let's see what I'm doing here first, I guess. Where did you even come from? Am I blind? How did I not notice this guy? I mean, no sense not to use this now outside the energy cost, I guess. I'm pretty sure this is just the best I can do. And yeah, I mean, there's nothing else I can do to boost the damage there. I guess I just hidden passage you and torch the boss. That at least got that unit in the range so that it's only going to hit my pyre once. Oh shit, I didn't realize the unit in the back actually did damage. I could have saved one more damage. That's not that big of a deal though. Alright, branding right finally came back to me. You can't play a train steward on a frozen floor, why not? I wanted to ascend him. Alright, just put frostbite on the boss. And that'll be that. Alright. Spike of the Stygian. There it is. Not bad. Ice and Pyre. Deal 90 damage to the front enemy unit. I still don't understand how this can be played on a unit that's in the Pyre. I just don't understand it. Impalate. I'm probably not going to take that many more imps, so doesn't strike me as that good for me. And neither does Sap of the Stygian. I just don't get that much energy, so. Deranged Brute. Rage on friendly. Oh, it's another one. I know that guy. With the power of Ascension, I can put both of these guys on the same floor. A sweep unit wouldn't be bad if I buffed it up. That's just a passive way of generating rage, assuming he's getting kills. I do think I like 2 deranged brutes more. Do I take the energy or capacity? I have kind of been needing energy this run. I think capacity makes more sense though. Removal or magic shop? There's nothing I really want from the magic shop, so go in removal. Take out... I wouldn't be upset if I took out both of my frozen lances. Although, I don't need so many train stewards either. Okay. So the last time I saw sketches, I, didn't understand it because same situation with Ascension and Descension. I thought that, it wouldn't go past the floor's capacity. And I also needed to be careful about playing my units on that last run, so sketches would have kind of ruined that with Channel Spellsong or whatever that thing is called. Silence is also good, but I mean, now that I understand that this goes beyond capacity, it just makes infinitely more sense. I just need to get rid of a lot of my garbage units. I should have taken that first, so I would have known to remove more of my train stewards. No thank you. Alright. An additional slay or multi-strike. I believe in this situation, you want at least one multi-strike. Also gets a lot more benefit from rage. Alright, on we go. That's gonna be tough, but I do start with 4 units on middle. So I think this is a situation where I take that. 150 coins is nothing to sneeze at. Pretty solid alignment, honestly. I'm not upset by that. Okay. I do think I play... I'm just gonna, beat the shit out of the mid floor. That's just absurd. I forget what the cap on units per floor is. It's either 5 or 6. I do not remember. And again, I think I'm just going to play this guy at the top. This is kind of a hard call. I think I actually do want to play Fledgling Imp in the back so that he gets an extra kill here. Save my pyre. I'm not opposed to just buffing the shit out of this man. And that's about all I care about on this floor. They're still gonna handle it just fine. I didn't need to use damage spells or anything. So I could kill you. I really want to start branding him, though. Kinky, I know. I don't need to kill you, but it does save me the 6 damage. And what else am I doing with my spells? A whole lot of nothing, so... Horn Break on you, Flash Freeze on you. Let's see. Branding right again. I mean, these turns are kind of playing themselves. I guess Torch you, Flash Freeze you. It's the best play there. And again. It just doesn't stop. Oh, I was incanting him. I knew that. Just keeping me honest. I think you want the Flash Freeze more than you want the Crystallis. The Crystallis will come back around if it's actually needed. I think well, now he is going to die. And you don't need to kill these guys, but doesn't hurt. Damn, that's a lot of attacks. That doesn't really match what I'm going for. Don't really need another branding right, especially when it's so garbage to start out with. And Inferno doesn't make sense on this run. Well, actually, it's just too expensive. I could have made it cheaper, but it's not that big of a deal. I could have gotten some use out of it, though. Apply Dazed 1 to enemy units, discard your hand. I love this spell. Like, when is that ever not useful? That's so fucking good. And I can do some funky shit with it in Ascension. I can, like, daze a unit on the top floor and dump them in the pyre for a free hit. If I feel so inclined. Not that that would ever be relevant. Alright, 2 more removal in a magic shop versus a dupe and a heal. What would I do? There's still not a lot I would do. Maybe Spike of the Hellhorned has a good reason to be duped, but I could also just upgrade it. I think I'm going to go Magic Shop in this case. Alright, Frozen Lance, you're out of here. No. Remove as many Train Stewards as you can. That's who's out of here. Double stack could... Okay, it doesn't even... Oh no, wait, slots are full. It would have applied. So that is how you... actually, Armor 40 would have been much better than Holdover. Kind of regretting putting Holdover on that. Though it's gotten its use. This is incredible, though. That's also pretty damn good, but come on. 4 rage per energy, you can't hate it. Also known as, you gotta love it. Nothing I really want more powerful other than maybe that. And -1... Oh, I wish I could... It doesn't let you double up on the Surge Stone. Otherwise I would want it on that. I guess make Frenzied Swarm free just so if I use my X cost card. Welcome back, Mentor. Not that you ever left, but you understand. I had a few frames drop on you. Damn. I have dropped like a solid 10 seconds of frame. You were not wrong. You could just refresh if you want to catch up again. Internet has been super consistent. That is actually like, since I changed internet, these are the first frames I have ever dropped. So, definitely a lot better than it used to be. Alright, yeah, it makes sense to upgrade that, since that's the only thing that would really benefit from it at this point. And I guess I'll put Surge Stone on Hornbreak. Though that kind of... No, that kind of removes some of its use, doesn't it? The whole point of it is that it doesn't really need to be that high damage. You can just use it to get rid of more than one enemy, hopefully, that just has low HP and high armor. Upgrade a spell to remove consume. Interesting. It's an interesting way of doing it on X costs. I mean, it makes perfect sense. I feel like that's the play, isn't it? If you did this with 0 energy, would it give you -4 rage and -4 armor? I hope so. Probably just doesn't let you. That's way too expensive for that at that point. Yeah? Wait, can you use an Ember Stone on? No, that's weird that you can use Eternal Stone and it gives it -1, but you can't give it Ember Stone to give it +1. I feel like maybe they could change that? Because that makes sense to me. That costing 1 really doesn't help it that much. What do I want? I don't want much. Like, making that free is just... whatever, just make it free, I guess. And... it's definitely... I feel like that's the better play. That's way too expensive. That I do want. The decision was whether I want that at all or not. And what's my event? Probably should have done the event first. Another new event. Shards of the pyre, remnants of the once great beacon of hell, are strewn about. When it was extinguished, the shattered pyre must have been ejected through these hell vents across all 9 rings. Taking advantage of the opportunity, some entrepreneurial soul decided to set up a still near the hell vent, converting what energy remained into potent liquids. While the owner must have heard you coming and scrambled off, some of their product remains. Well, he's not a very good businessman if he runs away at the side of a train, is he? Boneshine. Great name. Restore 2 times pyre health. Not super relevant to me. I feel like you'd have to be really desperate to take that. Either that or it's a situation like bandages and ascension and spire. Straight from the still. Enhance your pyre with extra damage. I don't think I care about any of these. Like, they would just bloat my deck. I don't really want either. See ya. Some things are best left alone. Like, I can get my pyre to attack enemies without it hurting the pyre, but I don't think I care. It's not enough to actually be worth it. Restoring all HP. That's a tanky boy. And that guy has stealth. Oh, the boss has stealth 8! Okay. I get an artifact. It's not even necessarily good. All of my damage does come from the middle floor, though, so if I don't kill everything on the middle floor, it's kind of my own fault. I'm taking it. That's a surprise. It is a call from my boss, who I haven't talked to in months. Let's see if I need to come into work. That's some work I can accept. It's, so, I work at a GameStop, and it is in the mall. During the time period that it currently is, it's questionable whether mall stores should really be opening up, in my opinion, and in Science's opinion, but, yeah, so the store is apparently going to open up within a few weeks, which is frightening, because I don't really want to be called in to work in a mall, of all places, right now. But, oh, that happens frequently. That actually does happen frequently. Or at least it did happen frequently, but, obviously recently hasn't really been the case given the pandemic. But yeah, I have had many calls that just say come into work now if you can. But yeah, I'm not really sure, depending on how soon the mall store opens up again, I might be willing to go back into work there, but depending on like what the kind of work is, because I've been to a GameStop at a different location during this time, and they keep the doors closed and just hand off games to people who have online ordered and stuff. I wouldn't mind doing that at the mall, though I feel like it would be a lot more annoying and there would be a lot more people not understanding why we can't open the doors to them, because it's a mall. But I would consider going in. However, what he called me in to do was just if I wanted to get some hours for cleaning the store when it's not even open. And I don't really care about that. Like, I'll go in and fucking vacuum for free cash. That's fine. No issues there. Okay, so these guys, their stealth is removed. That's actually a good case of buff removal from cleansing water. There aren't too many situations where I'm super excited. I'm glad the imp got played in front. I think yeah, so you can still hit them with spells when they're stealth. That's all I really cared about. And I'm gonna play my Hornbreaker, and hope that I get an Ascend on the next turn. And I did. Hidden Passage, that's what the actual card is called. Hidden Passage. It sucks because I could daze them and get some free hits, but I mean, this is just the right thing to do. So that your damage sources are all in the right spot. When you're working retail, there's not much you can really do to avoid calls that are just like, hey, I know that we've given you no warning ahead of time, but you wanna come in right now? Immediately? Not much you can do to avoid the situation. Alright, I think I'm just gonna do that and let him go up on his own. I mean, I'm gonna keep you in the front. You're just tanking a free hit for me. Who do I want to buff? Where's that's the guy who attacks more than once. Buff the hell out of you. And pass. They actually do a decent amount of damage that I might... Well, I can do a Frenzied Swarm on them. And kill this guy for the future. And this is what I'm talking about. This is why you make that 0 cost, so that when you use your X cost, you can still play it afterwards. That's the guy I'm buffing. Hey. fairly strict in a good way or a bad way? Given the context, I would assume you mean in a good way. Do I enter legendary gamer status and use branding right as a damage attack? Let's go. Oh my god, and I removed all 8 stacks of his stealth with cleansing water. See that? That was a good call. I did get lucky with the 50-50, but I thought my Hornbreaker Prince would be doing so much more. I mean, he did get the kill, but he's not getting that many kills. Cuddlebeard, I forget what that does. Grant 2 stacks of Frostbite. Oh, yeah. I think I'm gonna skip that, because I don't apply Frostbite, and I don't really care to in the future. Well, I guess I do apply Frostbite, fuck. Just not very often. Good way, your bosses are not allowed to do a lot of things to you. If only America cared. Pyre Chomper just gains 4 energy. That could be fucking sick if I get it on the same turn as my X cost, Spike the Hellhorned. And I have a fairly thin deck, so it's not super unlikely. Though with sketches, it's also pretty likely that it just gets played without my consent. Double armor on a unit. Yeah! Now I'm starting to see why I would want that. I wish I could make it cheaper. What are my shops? Can I make it cheaper easily? I could go to a Merchant of Magic immediately, but I'm probably going to want the Merchant of Steel. Actually, do I even want the Merchant of Steel? Yeah, I do. I do. Do I, though? Maybe I don't. Maybe I just take this and go the Merchant of Magic. No. Don't want that. Obviously, I missed out on an artifact by not going the other way also, but... See, that's silly. I could still make it 3 cost and let me double more than once, but it's probably not going to happen. Unfortunately. See, now I could make that actually kind of useful. Which I will. I think what I would rather do is just make it cheaper. And reroll. Holy shit, holdover on this? Yes? Don't care about that. Well, it actually makes my deck thinner. Maybe I should care. Just get rid of some torches. Alright, at this point, I'm just gonna make that cost 1. Or I could make that really cheap, actually. That's probably better. Alright. On to the second real boss. Okay. This is what it typically does, I'm pretty sure. At least I don't really remember it having many other modifiers. Once again, I mean, I don't have that many units to pick from. Oh, it sucks that the imp's in the back, but I could kill him. I think what I want to do immediately is toss this bad boy up a floor. I probably don't want to attack you guys, huh? I guess I attack you. And then buff you. Actually, attacking that guy was probably pointless, because he was going to die anyways. I should have just done it to the boss. Well, actually, no, it's... I should have done it to the boss. No matter what. Probably. I don't know, maybe I got an extra hit on the boss. I wasn't really paying attention. Okay, so that's what you want. This is also what you want. Oh, he's gonna gain 10 armor because I'm casting a spell. I don't care. I guess I could just put a frostbite on the boss, huh? I've missed this train. Lore? Deep, deep lore. Dude! I should have brought this guy up a floor and had the pyre just toast him. Oh well. You live and you learn. I haven't gotten to put that much armor on anybody, unfortunately. I mean, just killing this guy is pretty nice. Although, it doesn't really do much for me. I guess it saves me 4 damage, yeah. Okay. Sure. I guess I torch the boss. And use this so that I get it again next turn. Wait, is that gonna keep them on that floor? No. It just stopped them from attacking. Which did nothing. Okay. See, now I can start branding, boys. I think I'd rather brand him, if anybody. And flash freeze the boss? And how are you not dying, actually? Wait a second. I've gotten a... Oh, because I incanted like crazy, unfortunately. Okay, he's super buffed. But whatever. They're gonna go into the next floor pretty weak. But what am I gonna do about these guys? And he's been buffing them, that's what's going on. That's how they got so much armor. I knew I didn't incant them that much. I think I just have to accept I'm gonna take like 8 pyre damage. I'm not that pissed about it. And buff him again. I'm doing slightly less damage than I'd like. I'm very into the fun. And as far as how close the run is to ending, so this boss, and then there's one more combat encounter and the final boss, I think. Yeah. So after this boss, one more combat, and then the final boss. Pretty close. Definitely more than halfway. I have been going a little bit slower because I'm both eating and also eating. Percentage, 70, 80, 80%? 70 or 80? Somewhere around there? 75. Final answer. I think I also just let you hit the pyre. I don't think I care enough to stop you. Yeah, I do 30 damage. He's gonna die in 2 hits. That's fine. I really am, like, not doing nearly enough damage to these guys. That guy is super tanky, though. So we're gonna get plenty of hits on the boss. Oh, what am I doing? Flash freeze first. And then keep dazing the floor so I take no damage. I'm surprised it's not the final wave of the boss anymore. Or yet. Anymore. What the fuck am I talking about? No point in killing this guy because it just buffs him anyways and does the same amount of damage. Actually, it does more damage if I killed that guy because he attacks twice. Keep on buffing, I think. This guy I can kill though, and this is why, for the first time this run, this is why Hornbreak is useful. I can kill this guy through his armor. There you go. I knew I would love it. It took a while, but I warmed up to it. I guess torch the boss. And frenzy again. Oh, he did the 7 anyways. I'm not sure if that was... I think it equaled out to the same amount of damage anyways, no matter whether I killed that guy or not. Okay. Can't brand you anymore, so I guess I brand you. And buff you. It is maybe fair to say I should have just used all my energy buffing you. I accept that. Killed his own minion. Savage. And just for fun. No, he's immobile! My plan thwarted. Hornbreaker is getting like every single kill on the boss, but not in real combat. 2 of these, like, I gotta be honest, it's not bad. But, oh, it's not bad though. Maybe there is no but in this situation, maybe it's just not bad. Maybe I'm taking it. Capacity is actually kind of meaningless now, just give me energy. Capacity got, like, way less important when I got sketches. And it just, like, plays all of my units immediately. Alright. Fuck. Merchant of Trinkets or Merchant of Steel. You do get a Merchant of Trinkets here every run. I think I just want the money. I don't even really care about the shop. There's not likely anything I want to buy. Large stone? Actually, kind of. Seems pretty sick, considering they get played regardless of their size. I think that's all I care about, though. I don't even really think I want any of that. I think I'm just going to save my money for the rest. That wasn't a bad roll, though. I could re-roll and maybe get another good rare stone, but, like, I feel like it's better to save your money for the relics. He's not getting that many kills. Makes way more sense to just make his rage better. If he ever gets it. Huh. Like, the 400 coins is nice. Let's not understate that. There is a heal right before the final boss. I haven't been killing the enemies all that consistently, though. So if I was to die on this run, it would be because I'm not killing the enemies and not because I can't kill the boss. I think it's the safer... Well, obviously, it's the safer play to not do a challenge, but, like, I think it is also the right decision. I think the challenge might get me killed. Never mind. There's many weak enemies. I didn't expect this to be Baby's first day on the job. Well, he can get some free kills here with Frenzied Swarm. Do I let him get 3 free kills? Yeah. Just pass now. I'll flash freeze him first and then pass. Wait, why is he only killing 2? Holy shit, he's gonna die! I'm so stupid! I forgot they had a on-death effect. Oh, whatever. You know what? He deserved to die. He should have seen it coming. Yeah. That doesn't really do anything. Oh, yeah, no, it does do something. It gives me extra damage on that guy. Okay. That Hornbreaker Prince had it out for me. If I didn't get him killed, you never know what he could have done to me. I made the right call. It was tactical. So that'll kill him. Which I probably should do, instead of taking pyre damage. God, I really don't do that much damage. I'm just, like, super tanky. Oh, what am I fucking doing? I'm making many mistakes. What am I doing? Okay, obviously I would like to start branding, but, like, I kind of have to kill one of these guys. What's actually... Okay. This is still better. Apply 8 versus apply 6. Thank you for spelling it out for my dumb brain. These guys are pretty rough in that they do damage even when they're not attacking. There's not much I can really do about that. Okay. Okay. I mean, that gets me some extra damage out of him. Because he should live, right? Maybe he doesn't live. He doesn't live, no matter what I fucking do. He's dead. Wait, no. No, he's dead. No, he's alive. Until these guys die, he's alive. Ugh. But I am gonna... I'm gonna kill one of them. Oh, wait, but then he'll save the 5 damage. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, okay, okay. Oh, and he's not going to... Yeah. Not going to get attacked by them. Forgot about that part. So I'm taking a shit ton of damage here. I'm very glad I didn't decide to give everybody 20 armor. That's a lot of damage. I really do need to be buffing, though. If I'm not getting people's armor up. I'm gonna be sorry later. Oh wow, this encounter is over already. Thank God. Really don't know how much longer I would have lasted. Well, that's convenient. I could have sent the boss. I don't know why I would. I obviously could have dazed him. Oh, why didn't I daze him? Now I can't daze him here, whatever. That's a very minor misplay. I can't afford to play that. What's more damage? 20 extra life? Oh, probably the 20 extra life. Okay, I am gonna win this. But it was a little frightening. March of the Shields, move a unit. Okay. Extra source of armor is pretty nice. And it lets me rearrange my units to how I would like them positioned. I think that's pretty huge. Also, the ability to silence is pretty huge. Plus, it doesn't take up deck space, or yeah, it doesn't take up deck space once you've drawn it once. Unless your hand gets full, which I've never experienced before, I don't think. Money, merchant, health. Removal, merchant. And dupe. Honestly, I think I take the dupe. I think I'm so weak on HP, but I think the dupe is more worth it. Alright, what am I removing here? I'm removing... Probably 2 torches. Right? Yeah. I have the flash freezes for targeted spells, they're just better. Alright, let's use the magic shop in case somehow I change my mind on what I want duped. I could do that again. Have a slightly worse one. That's probably a bad idea, though. That's maybe an acceptable idea. I really should make that one cost at this point. I'm never using it. And it's not bad. That being one is not really that bad. I think I would only need it like once, though. I think I reroll. I think I leave, actually, since there's this merchant also. Rage does not decay on friendly units. I think I'm gonna take that one. That one's pretty good. Alright, now what am I looking for here? Honestly, might surprise some people. I think I would rather do this guy than anything else. I see the benefit for duping this, but I really feel like this... No, actually no, because I'm not going to be raging multiple units. This is probably the best thing to rage. Or dupe, fucking... No, wait, I have No, that's not holdover, that's... yeah. That's so that it's not consumed. Fuck, I don't know. Having 3 X cost cards is a little much. If I'm going to do this, I would want to remove this one, which isn't a horrible idea. This isn't a horrible idea either. Maybe I do this. But maybe, just maybe, I do this. And then remove the other one. Alright. That feels better. Take me away. Final boss. The first spell card played each turn gets consumed. Shouldn't be an issue on this deck. I'm glad I duped the spell, though. Okay. Here we go. Got them pumping jams. Let's not get our Hornbreaker Prince killed immediately. I don't need luck. Do you see how much health I have? That's like a solid 2 hits from the boss. I'm fine. Oh, the first spell is consumed. Okay, how about God, I really can't justify one of my only targeted attacks being consumed. But then, ooh. I think it's not bad that a hidden passage gets consumed. Because I think that's literally my last unit. Wait a second. Do I only have 5 units? Yeah. So, the hidden passages are dead weight to me. Alright, get rid of a Vengeful Shard. And I guess I should kill one of these, huh? What do they do when they die? Adds a self-mutilation at the end of their turn, not when they die. Okay, yeah, kill that one. So I keep my energy, and then buff the double hitter. Well, there goes my energy if I want to get rid of these, which I kind of do. God, I also don't really want that guy to get to the top. Yeah. Unfortunately. And there you go. Apply 0. Apply 0. Okay. I need to think about this one. I wouldn't mind consuming any of these spells. Wow, this turn sucks. One of the worst turns. It's kind of fucked up to say it, but I genuinely think, like, it wouldn't be horrible to send this guy up to my pyre. It's maybe a bad idea, though. I should be careful about that, since... But god, it would... No, I shouldn't do that. I should kill this guy, even if it isn't going to happen before he attacks. There's no way that these guys live. I will kill that guy. Some amount of units are gonna die, but these aren't the worst guys to die. So I'm pretty pleased that this guy ended up being in front, and same with the imp. Like, I want him to die. So that's not horrible. What is kind of horrible is... Wait a second, why did only this guy get raged when all of the units were played? Apply Rage 3 to friendly units. Is it really because they get played in order of front to back? So he was the only... That's kind of stupid, but whatever. Is it worth silencing someone? Probably not. Damn. I think I just pass. I don't know, do I want the energy? I'm only losing 1 energy next turn. What am I drawing next turn? None of my X cards. I think I'm fine without that energy. I just pass. Oh, he actually got some slays! Good job, Hellhorn. Look at that, doing some real damage now. Proud of you. Okay, so now, it's unfortunate that our Frenzy Swarmed was at, like, the bottom of our deck. But we got it now. We got it now. Okay, so I definitely want to Branding Right you, and I definitely want to March of Shields you. Do I want to reinforce you with just 60, or do I expect to get more? I think I expect to get more in the future. Oh, never mind, because I just exhausted my Branding Right. Whoops, I should have played March first. I think in that case, I do just reinforce now. It's not the end of the world. That was stupid, though. Alright, yeah. Do 10 damage. Stop just spawning enemies at the top. Come on, dog. Okay, gotta be careful here. I definitely want to buff the hell out of this guy as much as I can. The armor is nice, but I think that buffing him is much nicer. I definitely just want to take a flash freeze to kill this guy. Or would I care less about the torch, honestly. And then I'm buffing you a shitload. And making sure you aren't hurting my boys. I mean, you're hurting him a little bit, but not that much. And he's getting the slay procs in the back there. Look at how strong he is. Oh, I'm proud of that man. Again, you're just constantly spawning units at the top. That's fine. Wait, no, he probably just survived from last turn. Never mind. Definitely consume this. I don't care about it, and I want that guy dead. Then get rid of the things that are hurting me. I don't think there's anyone I really want silenced. Am I getting an X card next turn? Plausibly. In that case, I do want you to silence the guy who's gonna make it so I don't. Triggers after combat. I think that's after his combat, though. I think. Let's test it, I guess. Okay, no, it's after combat in general, so I did not get the effect, which is nice. God, I am just slightly shy of how much damage I need to stop these guys. So all of these guys are dead because I'm doing absurd amounts of damage. And I'm going to be doing even more absurd amounts of damage soon. I don't think I need to worry too much. I think that this is a pretty set-in-stone one run. I am just gonna take one pyre damage, I don't care. Final wave, he's attacking now. I could send him up for some reason. Is that a bad idea? Kind of, yeah, it kind of is a bad idea. I could send that guy up, and that's a better idea. There's no real point to either of them, though. I mean, why not? Why not, I guess. He's gonna get, oh, am I really not killing him? Maybe that's why not. I thought for sure I'd be able to kill him. Oh well. Have fun at the top floor. And we kill the boss. Surprising nobody at this point. Just play these. I was a little worried for a little bit there. But we made it through. God, this is a really long fucking run. I was not thinking straight while eating at all. It's basically like blocking all brain access. We made it though. Things were a little scary, but we made it. Alright, what do we get? Do I unlock any new classes or no? Covenant rank up. Minor bosses have increased damage. Okay. I get gold frames. Alright, Hellhorned. Rail Beater. Armor 25. When you hit things, push the attacked unit to the back. I like that. There's definitely some uses for that, since most tanky units go in the front. Alloy of the Ancients. Consume and apply 25 armor. That's sick. I love it. Stygian. Harness the Titan. Enhance all spells in hand with 5 magic power. Eh. Eh. I don't know about that one. Offering Monument, incant, draw 1, and this unit is hurt. That's pretty fucking solid. I really like this one. There we go. My win streak increases. Dude, enemies killed 1,300. Why did they set the bar so high? I just want a new class. Oh, it's gonna be like multiple runs. At least like 3 or 4. Which blows because I am not losing. So I would like some new content.